to YCADA's Top 5. I am your host, Katey Choate, and you are in my guest bedroom. Yes, you are pretty much getting a full tour of my house during these weeks. So today, we are going to be diving into the top 5 tips on how to do a virtual tryout. Yay! There are many of you that cannot hold tryouts through your leagues, but there are many of you that I know that can. So even if this is strictly just for placement, if this is for tryouts, if you're an NA team, whatever it may be, take some of these tips and apply it to what your organization allows, okay? I really want to dive into this and talk as much as possible, and I only have 10 minutes, so let's go for it. You ready? I'm ready. Virtual tryout, let's do this. Okay, I've got my beautiful numbers here, and the number 5 tip is create a hub. All right, so everyone knows Facebook. Everyone knows how to use Facebook. Everyone checks Facebook. With that said, I find it productive to create a main source of information for your tryouts. For example, say I have a team and the team's name is Katey's Ladies. Yes, Katey's Ladies is amazing. Katey's Ladies has their own Facebook page for team information. However, we have tryouts, virtual tryouts coming up. So I'm going to make a Facebook page specifically for Katey's Ladies tryouts. I'm going to let people know, send them invites, tell my main team page, hey, if you're planning on trying out, go to this link, ask to be a friend, and there all your information for tryouts will be. Parents, athletes, everybody will know that's where all the information is going to be. From, regarding tryouts, how it's going to work, how to submit a video, all the material that they have to learn, when is it due, the results as well, maybe your tryout number. Everything's going to be there. Everyone will know where to go. Everyone will know where to go to ask questions. It is the hub for tryouts. Otherwise, you're going to get things in your text messages, you're going to get phone calls, you're going to get emails, and you're going to get it on the main team page. We don't want that. We want one source of information, create a page, and everybody will go there, and it'll just make life so much easier. Okay, so that's step 1, and that is tip number 5, okay? Make sure you create a hub. It's going to save you during this. All right, let's go ahead and hop into number 4. Give time where time is needed. Yes, let me be the first to tell you that this is time consuming. Very time consuming. It is easy, but it is so time consuming. I just really want to stress that. Okay, long process. Give yourself all the time that you need. Not only the time that you need, but that your athletes need as well to learn the material from home. That's a big deal. This is a different process for them as well. They might need extra time to learn from a video. They might need time to download. They might need time to send. Give them the time that they need. A lot of these athletes are going to be doing this on their own, and we'll go into that in a little bit. So just give them the time that they need. I want you guys to give yourself a full week, at the least. Okay? At the least. Give yourself a full week for this whole process. If you need more, absolutely take it. It's totally okay. So, say for example, on Friday, you make the hub page of tryouts on Facebook, and you start inviting everybody. Inviting everybody, putting the word out, this is where you go for tryouts. Over the weekend, everybody comes to that hub. On Sunday, you start posting how tryouts is going to work. On Monday, you post the dance. On Tuesday, you sit back and relax. Let those kids start learning that dance. Maybe on Wednesday, you post your cheer, however you may do it. Post a cheer. On Thursday, same thing. Let everybody kind of just soak up the material. And then also on Thursday, tell them when their video is going to be due and how they're going to do it. Friday, have the video be due by 8 p.m. Don't do 5 p.m. because maybe these kids need some help from some parents once they get home from work. So don't do 5 p.m., do 8 p.m. That'll give time for kids and parents to really work together. Give yourself the whole weekend to do the tryout. Because you've got to remember, you're not judging 3 at one time. You're going to be judging 1 athlete at one time on your computer screen, okay? Whole different process, and it's time consuming. Did I say that before? Just in case I didn't, it's time consuming. So give yourself time. you're gonna need the time through the weekend. If you're doing this by yourself, great, you can work at your own pace. If you have other people that are gonna be judging with you virtually, then you need to make sure that they have enough time as well too. So communicate. I would say you started that Friday. On the Sunday, you started letting people know about the tryouts. Monday, Wednesday, you put all the material on Facebook. They were learning. Video was due on Friday. I would tell people that team placements are not even going to be announced until Monday, until 8 p.m. It gives you tons of time. Tons and tons of time. You're going to need it. You're going to need it. Okay. And it gives your athletes a load of time to learn the material at their own pace. Okay, so let's go into number 3. My number 3 tip, creating the tryout material. Okay, so here we go. Created your hub. You're giving your time that you needed. You've got your schedule laid out. And now we're gonna start creating your tryout material. I want you to keep 3 things in mind when you're making up the dance or the cheer or whatever you might be making up. Space, learning the material, and levels. All right? Okay, so let's dive into space real quick. Your athletes might only have a 4x4 box to perform in. So in years past, when you were in front of your athletes, you might have been doing cheer rolls and leaps and all sorts of things that needed to be in your tryout dance, but now we're home and we're stuck in this tiny little box to perform. So I don't suggest doing too much floor work, maybe if not any. So just kind of think about that. And a number of reasons for that. Not only the space issue, but kids might not have someone who's videotaping them, moving along with them as they do the tryout dance. These kids, like Minnie did when I was doing a virtual tryout, they stand there or they just set the camera up and then they try out. So make sure that they have the ability to always be seen and that the camera doesn't have to be moving around to follow them. That's a big deal. So think about that when you're making up your material. Let's see, going into learning from a video. We all know that everybody learns differently, and I truly think it's a beautiful thing, but we must understand that even more right now. Learning from a virtual tryout or a video is going to be new to 90% of your athletes, and we need to be conscious of that. When you are learning off a video, you know that sometimes, like if I were to punch my right arm right now, how many of you would have done your right arm or would have done your left arm, right? Okay, so when you're making up your material, be okay with that. If the kid is a mirror image, if a kid is performing exactly as you are with the right arm to the right arm, or if they're backwards, whatever it may be, let them know from the beginning, it's okay if they're a mirror image, it's okay if they do the correct arm, that they're not gonna get judged on. You'll get asked about it. So declare it from the beginning, okay? And be okay with it. Let's see here. Whatever way they wanna learn is fine, as long as they can perform it and feel confident. Make your kids feel confident. Always, always, always. All right, levels. You may have a large mass of kids that are trying out from all sorts of levels, and this happens with youth and NA teams. So to make this easy on you, if you're doing a dance or a cheer, so say for example a dance, make one dance up, but split it up in 3 ways. This is really, really handy, okay? So you have your first 4/8 counts, and all the athletes are gonna learn it. But it's more kind of aimed for the younger ones, the very, very little ones. So super tight motions, big facials, that kind of just very basic technique. Okay, they only learn the first 4/8 counts. There's video number 1. Video number 2 rolls right into where video number 1 finished, and that would be, I'm gonna use my local youth league and the names they call their teams. So say Mascots was only learning video 1. But all the other teams were learning that as well. Then video 2 is for, let's see, what are their names? Pee-wees, juniors, and seniors. And then the last video, the last 4/8 counts, video number 3 would be for juniors and seniors. So the video progresses as getting harder and harder and harder, and you divide it up in 3s, and so that Mascots can continually just watch those 4/8 counts. It makes it really, really easy, and then when you go to record yourself doing the whole dance, you only have to do it once. You only have to do it one time, makes it way easy on you too. Let's see here. Make sure you label each video and who needs to and who needs to use that material. Label on everything so that when it is in the hub, your source, your Facebook page, it says right there, mascots, peewees, juniors, seniors, video 1, and then it goes to video 2, peewees, juniors, seniors, and so forth. Label makes it easy. All right, let's jump into number 2. YouTube is your friend. Yes, YouTube is your friend. Again, you guys, I'm just using what worked for me and the mass majority of the virtual tryouts that I have done. Okay, YouTube is your friend. Your tryout material, I want you to download it to YouTube, use that link, and put it into your Facebook hub site. Now, yeah, you could do your video and just post it right onto Facebook. That's totally fine. But the beauty of YouTube is that if you lose internet connection or know that you're not going to have internet connection, you can download the YouTube link and then watch it without internet. So say, for instance, a kid's like, I have really bad internet. This happened, okay? I have really bad internet at my house. I can't get anything to work. Well, mom and dad just drive into town where there's a hot spot somewhere. They don't even have to get out of their car. Download the YouTube link. They've got the tryout material. Go home and they start working on it. Okay, so that's why I choose to use YouTube for this instant. All right, makes it a lot easier. Again, be sure you label everything. It makes it it pieces everything together, and there will be less questions coming at you, which we love. Have your athletes also submit their videos via YouTube. I like this. So I suggest you use this process to, use this process to send out the material, but then use this process as well for your athletes to submit their material. I want your athletes to download their video as unlisted. I am going to I'm going to put a link in the Coach's Resource Center that has specific instructions how to do this. You guys, it is so easy, but just in case you have a parent that's like, I don't get it, I don't know what I'm doing, you can send them this link, and it's a really, really easy way to get your videos to one another. Unlisted means your YouTube video will not be able to be searched for, no one will ever see it unless you have the link. So they will send you the link, yes, and then you can view it. Okay, let's see here. I want you to do 2 things to make this as easy as possible on you as the coach. I want you to have all of your athletes put their name and their tryout number in their YouTube video, in their email subject, and the email body. You'll thank me later. Anywhere they can put all that, do it. There were so many, I did one tryout, there were so many kids who did not do their number and their name, and it became very difficult once trying to contact people, and it delayed the system. Tell them, put your name and your number as many places as possible. It just connects the dots, makes life easy, which we want it to be. Yes, it'll help you stay really, really organized. So you use YouTube for all your videos. I know that Facebook Live and Zoom, you can also do a tryout, and I've heard people doing that. However, it does have glitches, so that's why I'm leaning towards getting the YouTube, and if you need to download a video, you can do so, and then you don't need internet. So, just a little tip there. Okay, my last tip for you for how to do a virtual tryout. Number 1. Become friends with your spreadsheet. Oh my gosh, you guys, your spreadsheet is gonna be your best friend during this process. I actually have created a tryout spreadsheet for you. So you don't even need to do the work. I've got it, it's gonna be in the Coach's Resource Center. It will, you'll have a list of tryout numbers 1 through 50. It'll have a spot for you to plug in all their names. It has a very basic tryout score process, and as you plug in the numbers for each athlete, it adds it up in the bottom, makes it gloriously, wonderfully, you know it, easy for you. So your spreadsheet is going to be your best friend in this process. I wanted to make this as easy as possible for you, so I've created this for you. Now you don't have to add up all those numbers one by one by one by one, or figure out how to even make the formulas in this spreadsheet. If you don't know how to do it, don't worry. I've got it for you. I've got it for you. It's gonna add it all up. It's beautiful. I've been working on it for you guys. I really hope you take advantage of it. You can change, not the totals. I wouldn't mess with the totals because you might mess up with the sums, but say for instance, I'm just making this off the top of my head. Say for instance, jumps is worth 10 points and you're like, oh, but I wanted turns to be worth 10 points. You can delete jumps and type in turns, okay? So that's something that you can edit to your preference. Use your spreadsheet, save it as you go, and make sure you are entering the name as well. There's that spot for that name. That connection from the number to the name is gonna help you quite a bit because they're not actually in front of you right now. So that's really gonna be handy. Name and number on everything. Name and number on everything. All right, so my friends, that is my best advice to do a virtual tryout. Did I mention it? Did I mention it? I think I did, but I'll do it one more time. This is time consuming, you guys. Super easy, but so time consuming. It's so time consuming. So time consuming. But it's worth it. If you want to get started on things, if you want to get rolling on things, this is how you do it. This is absolutely how you do it. I'm going to backtrack really quickly. I liked when the athletes actually sent the videos by email. You can have them send them into the Facebook page, but again, then everybody can see that link that they posted. So I like keeping that private. Send it to an email. Send an email, and then you have your email of all the videos. So I just wanted to throw that out there again. I also wanted to say that I've heard of this wonderful idea, and it's called a drive-through tryout. This would be great for small communities, maybe 40 and under. A coaching trio, caravans, to each house of the athlete, and the athlete tries out in front of their house. It's a wonderful idea. I've heard great success, but if you have more than 40 athletes, it's gonna get pretty long, and if you have a big community, that might be a little hard. So I just really wanted to focus on something that was free. I'll be honest, was free. I know there's a lot of companies out there offering to do virtual tryouts for your organization, and I'm sure they do a wonderful job, and that would make life a lot easier if you were able to do that. But if you don't have the funds, then this is the free way to do it. I wanted to make it easy for you guys, and I hope this was really helpful for you. I wish you tons of luck. I know that every state has its own restrictions right now, and I just wanted this virtual tryout to be one that you could completely do by yourself and completely do at home. So that's it. That's how you do it. Those are my tips. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. I've done this 4 or 5 times now, and you can do it. You can absolutely do it. There was no complaints. I didn't get any complaints from parents or coaches or anything like that. It was a pretty smooth process. As I said, time consuming, but easy enough. All right, you guys. Go onto the coach's resource by Friday. All the information will be up, including the links and the spreadsheet that I made for you guys. And I hope that you have a wonderful day, a wonderful weekend. Keep those chins up, spread the cheer, and I'll see you next week. Good luck with your virtual tryout. Good luck.